Good morning. In the previous video, we started chapter 2 of business studies. The name of the chapter was Forms of Business Organization. In that, we discussed that there are 5 forms of business organization: sole proprietorship, partnership, joint family business, joint Hindu family business, cooperative society, and joint stock company. Out of this, sole proprietors' characteristics and meaning was discussed. So, sole proprietorship means a business which is owned by a single individual or person. He takes all the decisions and all. No, we discussed the characteristics: single ownership, no profit sharing, one man brings the capital, he controls everything, unlimited liability, and less legal formalities to start the business. We discussed in this slide, 2-3 slides, we discussed the characteristics in detail. Now today we will take merits of sole proprietorship. One of the merits of sole proprietorship is that it is easy to form and wind up. Now a sole proprietorship form of business is very easy to form. Like other forms, joint stock company, cooperatives, lot of legal formalities are required before you start the business. Before incorporating the business itself, there are lot of legal formalities are there. But in case of sole proprietorship, no such legal formalities are there. There is no need to comply with any legal formalities except for those businesses which require license from local authorities or health department of government. Okay, just like formation, it is also very easy to wind up the business. In case of sole proprietorship, all the decisions control lies in the hands of one single person, so it is very easy. He has to take the decision to start the business, and he takes the decision to wind up the business. So starting a business or closing the business in sole proprietorship form of organization, it's easy. Second one, direct motivation. Now, as discussed earlier, all the profits are taken by the sole proprietor. Profits are not shared by anyone. So there is a direct link between effort and reward. If the proprietor owner works hard, there is a possibility of getting more profits and he will be the sole beneficiary of this profit. So when he works hard, he gets more profit, so he is motivated to work harder. There is a direct motivation, direct relation between efforts and profits. Third one, quick decision and prompt action. Now, as discussed, sole proprietor has complete control over the decision making process. He is alone responsible for all his decisions. No one else is involved in decision making process. He may he may consult certain experts, but at the end he is the one. The sole proprietor is the person who takes all the decision, and he is responsible for that. So since there are not many levels of decision making, so the decision making process in sole proprietorship is quick and prompt. Next point is better control. Since the proprietor has all the authority with him, it is possible to exercise better control over businesses. He don't have to consult lot of people. There is no 2-3 levels of management. So all the powers of decision making is with the proprietor. So he is able to control the activities of the business in a better manner. Next point, maintenance of business secrets. Now see, there are again same point comes again and again. Only one single person is there. He brings in capital, he takes all the decisions. So the secrets of the business, the accounting information is also with him. There are not too many people. Okay, so the proprietor is in a very good position to keep his plans to himself, since management and control are in his hands. There is no need to disclose any information to others. Like in case of joint stock company or cooperative, it is compulsory legally. It is a compulsion that they publish their accounting information, annual reports. But in case of sole proprietorship, there is no legal requirement to publish the report. So secrecy, accounting information secret is maintained, and other trade secrets are also maintained. Then the last point, close personal relations. Now, sole proprietorship form of business is preferred where the business is kept smaller, or where personal relation with the customer is required. So, sole proprietor is always in a position to maintain good personal contact with the customers and employees. Direct contact enable the sole proprietor to know the individual likes, dislikes, and taste of customers. Like generally small businesses, no, like grocery store is there, or hair cutting salon is there. So generally these type of shops are started or established as a sole proprietorship, and there a personal relation between the owner, sole proprietor, and the customer is there. Okay, so it is a advantage in sole proprietorship that there is a close personal relation of the owner and customer. Now, after merits, we will discuss demerits of sole proprietorship. The first one, limited capital. Sole proprietorship is a form of business where the capital is brought in by a single person. That person borrows from his relatives or brings capital in his own capacity. So there is a limitation or you can say there is a difficulty to raise huge capital. The owner's own fund as well as borrowed funds sometimes become insufficient to meet the requirement for the growth and expansion. So sole proprietorship form of organization suffers from limited capital. Funds are limited because of single person taking the risk. Only one person is taking the risk. So there is a limitation of funds for the growth and expansion of business. Second point, unlimited liability. Now, this is a very major drawback of sole proprietorship. In the unlimited liability means that the personal assets of the owner can be used to repay the liabilities of the business in case the assets of the business are not enough to settle the liabilities of business. Okay, so in case the sole proprietorship fails to pay the business obligations and debts arising out of business activities, his personal properties may have to be used to meet those liabilities. Now this restricts the sole proprietor from taking risk. No businessman would like to come on road. His house is sold, his personal assets are sold, his family is going to suffer because of his business decisions. So generally the sole proprietors don't take huge risk. They take limited risk only. So because of such decisions, the growth and expansion of business is also limited. So one of the major drawbacks, demerits of sole proprietorship is unlimited liability. The personal assets can be used to repay the liabilities of the business. Next point is lack of continuity. Now there is only one single owner. So if anything happens to that person, he suffers from illness or he dies, then the business will come to an end. Unlike joint stock company where the ownership and management is separate. So if anything happens to one shareholder, the business will continue. It is not affected. But in case of sole proprietorship, there is no separate legal entity. The owner and business is considered as one. So if anything happens to the businessman, sole proprietor, the business will come to an end. The existence of sole proprietor business is linked to the life of proprietor. And if anything happens to the owner, it brings an end to the business. Okay, limited size, as discussed earlier, because of unlimited liability, lack of continuity, the growth and expansion of business suffers. The sole proprietorship form of business organization is limited. There is a limit beyond which it becomes difficult to expand its activities. First, because of limited capital. Second, unlimited liability restricts the businessman to take risk, huge risk. Again, the continuity is not there. So as soon as anything happens, if the owner suffers from any illness, then the business also suffers. So growth and expansion also suffers. Okay, it is difficult to expand the activities of business. It is not always possible for a single person to supervise and manage the affairs of the business. Okay, then next, lack of managerial expertise. Now, as discussed earlier, all the controls lies in the hands of one single person. Sole proprietor takes all the decisions, but it is not necessary that he may be expert in every aspect of management, like financial management, human resource management, production management, marketing. So a single person may not be good in all the fields of management. So the business will also suffer because of that. A sole proprietor may not be an expert in every aspect of management. He may be expert in administration planning, but he may be poor in marketing. So one or the other limitation may also uh, uh, restrict the growth and expansion of business. Okay. Now, after limitation, we will discuss one more topic, that is suitability of sole proprietorship. For which type of business sole proprietorship form of business is suitable? For all the small businesses where less capital is required, where personal touch is required, sole proprietorship form of business is suitable. First point, where the market for the product is small and local. Okay, like grocery items, books, stationery, vegetables. Okay, uh, the sole proprietorship form of business is suitable. Where customers are to be given personal attention. Okay, like restaurant is there, designing garment is there. So where personal attention is required, like hair cutting salon is there, so there also sole proprietorship is should be more preferred. Third one, where capital requirement is small and risk involved is not heavy. Okay, like this business, fruit business is there. Okay, tea stall is there. There also sole proprietorship is good. In tea stalls also personal attention sometimes is required. Vegetables, personal attention of owner is required in case of stock management and all. So in small shops like this, sole proprietorship is better. Where manual skill is required, okay, like hair cutting, tailoring, cycle repairing, motorcycle repairing, also sole proprietorship is preferred form of organization.